and this is Action Movies for Dummies. And I have a question. Before we
Yeah.
even get into starting with the movie, I have a question.
Yep.
Have you ever been an unemployed actor, and then you sat at home and you're like, nobody wants to hire me for the movies. So you know what the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hire myself. I'm gonna write a movie for myself. And then you go, who's gonna be in this movie? And then you call every person in your phone book. Have you ever done that? No?
No, but my entire life I have been an unemployed actor.
Well, that is fair. You know who else was an unemployed actor until he hired himself? Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a movie and I'm gonna direct it and I'm gonna get all my action buddy friends to join me.
Hilarious thing is, I go, is this the first time this has ever happened? Ace comes to me and goes, no, this isn't the first time he's fucking done this.
Nah, no, Rocky.
He did it with Rocky. He
The
fucking did it with
original
Rocky. But today, the psycho movie he decided to come up with is The Expendables. Comes out in 2010. It came out in 2010, and somehow it is still running. It is still running to this day.
Yeah, there's like an Expendables 27 or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, everybody's in wheelchairs now. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it came out in 2010, and let me give you there's only a couple of people in this movie, so I'll just go over that real quick. We've got Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah,
Jason Statham,
yeah,
we got Jet Li,
yeah.
and they're pretty much the only ones that really should have been in the movie, because everybody else just kind of has bit parts. They're in the movie, don't get me wrong, and you see them from time to time. Every once in a while, you'll be watching, you'll forget that some of these people are in it. We got Dolph Lundgren, we got Steve Austin,
Oh, hell yeah.
we got Mickey Rourke, Terry Crews, Randy Couture. Oh, you know what I did? I wrote Steve Austin twice. How about that?
Yeah, because you're so awesome.
And then we've got these very brief cameos by Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, completely irrelevant to the entire movie, but they did show up. If this movie were being made today, it probably would have been cheaper just to make an AI version of them and just pay for the rights instead of actually putting them in the movie.
Yeah, this movie is probably crazy expensive.
Right?
Probably not so much. Probably because, like I said, he probably went through his phone book and was like, hey guys, you want to be in the movie? And they're all like, shit, we ain't got nothing to do Friday.
Yeah, just sitting here by the pool, so yeah, ain't got nothing going on.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna throw out an actress in this movie, Charisma Carpenter, which really she had nothing to do much in the movie, but I really enjoy watching her.
Oh, hello, nurse.
She played Cordelia in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If anyone ever watched that series, which is one of my favorites. And then I guess we'll throw in the fact that fucking Eric Roberts is in the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, no, there's no yes. If you Google Eric Roberts, do you know the first thing that comes up? Does he ever turn down a role?
Yes.
That's the first thing that comes up.
He only plays the best roles ever
No,
given
that's not.
to men in acting roles.
That is not true. He will do anything that'll give him a paycheck. He might be a lovable person. He might be a great guy. I mean, his sister's Julia Roberts. How bad can he be?
Yeah, true.
But acting wise, and they keep throwing roles at him.
You got the name, son.
I guess.
All right. So after that awesome, and it is also written and directed by.
Oh yes.
Good old Sly there.
Yeah, which is not his first time doing that either.
No,
Like,
Rocky.
Rocky.
All right. So first impressions, man. First impressions.
I only watched it once when it came out, and I quickly forgot about it. And then I watched it when we decided to do this, and I quickly forgot about it. Going over my notes about it, and I was like, I don't even know what these notes mean. So I had to rewatch it, and you know what happened? I quickly forgot about it.
Quickly forgot about it yet again.
I truly did.
No, this movie is, as you're watching it and you think, oh man, this is awesome action, and then you turn it off and you go, what the fuck happened in that movie?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
they were
you literally turn to the person next to you and they go, "Hey, what happened in that movie?" You go, "Sly? I don't know."
and then and I hate to admit this, but 10 minutes before we decided to sit down and do this episode, I was sitting there going, "What was their mission?" And I was like, "I really don't know." So you're gonna have to fill me in on that one.
Oh, no worries. I got the full review right here, brother. You ready to dive in?
Yep.
All right, let's get it. So the movie opens up to a little. They try to start off with the badassness right away. It's a bike crew riding in a diamond formation, and that's how they intro the show. Big old Expendables on the side of the gas tank of one of the bikes. Movie then opens up at a shipping container that's taken over by pirates, and they have prisoners. Speedboat comes up over the cover of night and pulls up beside the ship. The pirates are making an execution tape saying they waited long enough. They're ready to get paid. They want their $3 million. Nobody gives a shit. We're going to kill one of these people. Fuck them. As the pirate goes to kill one of the prisoners, a bag of money lands at his feet and his body is covered by red dots. The pirates on the ship start to get stir crazy, and the leader pirate goes, "Calm down, calm down. Who's up there?" Voice above, clearly Sylvester, tells him there's $3 million in the bag. Take it or leave it. Pirate says, "No, we want $5 million now." And fucking, I mean, you should have known. It's a pirate. Like
And
if you come with money, they're always gonna up the money because they think they're gonna get away with more.
and in the pirate's defense, he said he had been waiting 3.5 months.
Ah,
Time is money.
this is true. He could have been
Yeah,
on the other prisoners by then.
yeah.
So he moves. He tells him he wants 5 million. So then one of the squad mates leans over the railing and yells "warning shot" and blows the pirate in half. And I literally mean blows him in half, where the legs are still standing and the top half of his body slides across the floor and slams against the wall.
Yeah.
It's flying the squad, then shoot out the lights so that the pirates
Oh,
can't see, and then they flip on some night vision. But as
one
they're go ahead.
wait 1 second. When Dolph Lundgren says, "Warning shot," and then he blows the guy in half, he goes, "Oops, I aimed a little low."
This is true.
He throws that line in there, "Oops, I aimed a little low."
I'm assuming he was aiming for the head. Terrible aim, my friend. So Sly and the squad then shoot out the lights to try and get some night cover and use night vision. But the pirates then cut on the spotlights. When the spotlights come on, Sly and the rest of the group are ground level with the pirates, and the remaining pirates now have the hostages and are prepared to kill them. They said they're going to kill them, and they need to throw the money closer. If they don't throw the money closer, they're going to kill. They're going to kill the prisoners. I mean, there's only two ways to go about it. Sly and Statham then have this dick throwing contest about who can.
I don't know if that's how that phrase goes.
It is. I'm from New York.
Oh, it's from New York. Okay, now I understand.
This is where they kind of have a conversation on whether bullets or knives are faster, which I think is completely silly in this situation. Sly then tells him, if you want the money, come and get it. And then there's this brief Mexican standoff that the silence is broken by a phone vibrating, and you find out that Jason Statham is getting a text message, which pointless. Little part right here was pointless. They could have had the Mexican standoff, dude could have flinched, and then they had the killing there. But instead, they decide to throw in this quirky little part where they have a phone go off to break the tension.
Right.
So that breaks the tension. The pirates twitch. The squad kills the rest of the pirates and save the hostages. As they're saving the rest of the hostages, they look back and Gunner's gone a little crazy and he's deciding to hang a pirate. Before he can hang the pirate, Jet Li then jumps into action and stops him. Gunner gets the upper hand because he has a size difference, and then he pulls out a big blade, holds it against Jet Li's throat. But Barney, who is Sly, gets the drop on him with his revolver and tells him to let him go. And of course, he does. The scene then cuts to a big ass cargo plane. The Expendables team somehow. Okay, before I say that, the Expendables team is made up of Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Jet Li, Drago. I don't know his real name. What's his real name?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren, Drago, and Terry Crews and Randy Couture.
Now, let me
This
say
is
this much. When
mm,
I was watching it and I saw Randy Couture, I swear to God, I thought that was John Travolta.
Oh.
I like I was like, "How did John Travolta end up in this movie?" And I had to look it up,
Oh
and I
my
was like,
god.
"Wait." And then I realized it was Randy Couture, and I was
Holy
like, "Well,
shit.
that makes more
That
sense."
is two different people, brother.
But I'm telling you, get a picture of them side by side, not young Travolta, you gotta go older,
Oh, you gotta go
but
older.
they
Okay, I kinda
they
see it. I
look
kinda see it. I
it
kinda
looks
see it.
like Travolta maybe put on a little weight, and there he is, and I was like, "Why would you put him in this? Does he owe you money?" Throwing that out.
So they go back to this big ass cargo plane, and that's where the squad is relaxing as they're returning home. And Barney is the pilot. Sylvester Stallone is the pilot of this cargo plane. How? Okay. When did he get a pilot
And
license?
Statham is riding shotgun, he is also
Yeah, He's co.
he's co-piloting right along.
Yeah. So Gunner's tied up in the back, and Christmas, who is Jason, cuts him free, checks on him, says, you good? Gunner says, yeah, he's better. He tries to give him his knife back, but Gunner tells him to keep it. And as he walks away, Gunner shoots a nasty look at him. Scene
Now,
then,
in the movie, Jason Statham, who plays Christmas,
Christmas.
is a knife thrower. He's rarely uses a gun. He's all about the blades. And Dolph Lundgren was like, "You appreciate a blade.
It's a big ass
Keep
blade, too.
keep yeah, it is. It's like the size of someone's arm."
Yeah, it's ginormous.
And he's like, "You keep it. You appreciate a blade."
It then cuts to one of two scenes that I thought this movie could have did completely without, but Shakes here likes them, so we'll keep them in. Christmas then pulls up to a woman's house. Who's the woman, Shakes?
Well, that would be Christmas Carpenter, who also played Cordelia on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Hello, nurse. He's been gone for a while. He goes to see her, and she has a man over. He gets upset. He leaves. That plays a little later.
The
We'll
dude
check
was
up
a
on that.
tool.
Dude was
The
a
guy
tool.
was he was a
Yeah, he was a bit of a dick. He tried to play the tough guy role.
tried to buck up on Christmas, and yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not something you should do.
nah. But he will find that out later on.
Mm-hmm.
The scene then cuts to badass Mickey Rourke pulling up on the chopper with a fine woman on the back. At least half his fucking age. At least.
And he works in this like garage that says tools on the front, and it's a garage and a tattoo parlor.
Yeah. He's meeting up with Barney to finish up his back tattoo. He has a crow that says Expendables underneath it. And I must say, okay, Shakespeare doesn't have any tattoos. From elbow up and pretty much covered on both sides. I have chest tattoos. I have back tattoos. He made me lose my mind watching him do these fucking letters. Because granted, he does not have a needle in the machine. Thank God, because he would have chopped that man's back up to bits, okay? But he's just brushing and hard stroking, and he's doing it so hard that Sylvester Stallone actually twitches. There's no needle in the machine, and Sylvester still twitches because he's hitting him with this gun so, oh my God. I almost
So
lost my mind.
I do also like the fact that he sat down and his back said expend. And then Mickey Rourke, who plays his character's name is Tool. Now,
Tool.
why you would go by Tool, I don't know. But he does the ables. He does the rest of the tattoo. So it says
And like 5 strokes.
Expendables. Yeah, he does it. They have an entire short, brief conversation. And then he's like, okay, you're done.
All
And I'm
done.
like, that's not, I don't have any tattoos, but I understand how they work. And that
That's
is not how they work.
That scene drove me insane. So as they're doing this horrible botch of a tattoo, Christmas pulls in on his bike and tells Barney that his tattoo looks like a black chicken. That made me laugh.
Right. But this is something I didn't pick up on until I had to rewatch it again because I keep forgetting what's happening. And he says, it's a raven. And if you notice on the cargo plane they fly on, there is a raven.
On the tail, yeah.
Yeah, on the tail. And it amazed me that I didn't realize it before, but the raven comes up more than once in this movie. And I thought that was pretty good for an action movie to just
little
throw a
Easter
little
egg
subtle,
hints.
yeah, a little something that keeps coming back.
Yeah. Mickey gets a call. He says he has work. 2 are easy peasy. 1 is to hell and back.
2 easy jobs and 1 that's just for team that's crazy enough to do it. But another thing I noticed in this is Mickey Rourke, who plays Tools, he
Tools.
keeps smoking this Tool. Yeah, he's just one tool. He's smoking this pipe, and it's like one that you would see from, like, the old Rip Van Winkle story. It's like a
Old wooden one.
old wooden, like,
Straight, like,
9-inch curved
yeah,
down pipe. It's actually
yeah.
called a church warden pipe,
Mm,
and, at this point, Mickey Rourke is just living the life, and he does not wanna get back into like, he's an excellent knife thrower, but he doesn't wanna get back into the business. He would rather just hire people out, which
right.
is kinda like a Rip Van Winkle kind of, play on it. He's just living his life, enjoying himself, and just laid back.
Outsourcing work. Yeah, makes
I
sense.
kinda thought that was neat that they threw the pipe in, which was completely unnecessary, but I have a feeling that's exactly why they used it.
Right. Right. For people to pick up on that. And you
Yeah.
did. Hell yeah. Nice. All right. So the scene cuts to the island. What's the name of this island again?
Island of Villena, and
Valena. Okay.
fun fact, doesn't exist.
Thank you.
In Spain, there is, a city called Villena, and
Uh,
it's apparently a really big city, but there is no island of Villena. They just made it up for the movie.
Way to lie to us, Sly.
Mhm.
So we cut to the island of Valena, where there's soldiers bringing men to the general. They're being called traitors, and they're saying that they stole from him. And the general says that they must die, and the only way that he can see the truth is if he sees their insides. Then a bullet from the man in the suit. Who's the man in the suit, Shakes?
I don't recall.
No, no, oh no, oh
No, I
no.
have no idea. I must have fallen asleep at that point. I don't know who you're talking about.
All right, so the mystery man in the suit then shoots one of the men, and
It's
then we
fucking
have
Eric
our
Roberts, okay? It's Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts makes his first appearance on the scene, and it is fantastic. It's glorious. He shoots a man in the back. He says, "They didn't steal from you, they stole from us." And then you know who's standing behind him?
No.
Good old Stone Cold. Oh,
Oh,
hell
yeah.
yeah.
But, Eric Roberts just showed up, and he's like sees 3 guys on their knees with their hands behind their head, and he's like, "Ah, I'm just gonna shoot one of them." Like, what a dick. What an absolute dick. He didn't really know what's going on.
I think you're talking from a personal stance, and I don't like that for the
Oh,
show.
should I step back some? See the big picture? Okay, I understand. What a dick. Eric Roberts, not you. This time.
So he tells the general that if he wants respect, he needs to kill these two men. And he does. The scene then cuts to a church where Bruce Willis makes his cameo. He plays as Mr. Church. And he's offering a job to Barney, but not quite yet because he's waiting for yet another cameo of good old Arnold to walk through the
No.
door, big and buff. I think at this point he is the governor of California, and he struts in, and I mean literally he's here for 3 minutes.
If that.
And as he's walking away, he goes, "What the fuck is his problem?" He goes, "He wants to be president." I thought that was kind of
Right.
funny.
I was
So
kinda hoping that when they said, "What is his problem?" Oh, he's gotta get to the chopper.
he's and there's like a
Yeah.
chopper outside of the
Yes, right,
the
right, with the
church
it starts turning up,
winding
yeah.
up.
Yeah, that would've been awesome.
So Arnold shows they Mr. Church, Bruce Willis offers them both the job, says he wants the general dead. Arnold says, "No thanks, I'm out." Barney then says, "Okay, 5 million for the job." Mr. Church agrees, but he says, "If you try and fuck me in any kind of weird fuckery way, I will hunt you and your squad down and chop you up into fucking dog treats."
Dog treats.
That is not what dog treats are made of. I
No, I would not
apologize.
give that to my dog.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
really
I don't.
I enjoy both of my dogs, and,
Yeah.
I would not no.
Mm-mm. No, I think it'll probably go bad after a couple days too. So, all right. Scene cuts to Barney pulling up in the garage where Gunner walks up to his driver's side door. It kind of startles him. He's going over paperwork, but Gunner walks up on his door. Barney tells him that he shouldn't be there because he can't be trusted because he's still using. He's on fucking drugs. Like, you're trying to hang pirates. You tried to kill Jet Li. Like, come on, bro. Jet Li. Gunner then gets offended and tells Barney to be careful, watch his back. Barney says, "That a threat?" He says, "No, I'm a nice guy." But as the garage door is closing, shoots him a nasty look. Barney then goes over the plan with the squad, where they're talking about how they're going to go and kill this governor.
On the island
Military,
of
yeah,
on the
of make
island of
believe.
Valina.
Yeah, make believe. Scene then cuts to
Yeah, make
Barney and Christmas flying to this mysterious island, and Mississippi Queen is yelling
once
at you.
again, they're on a cargo plane listening to a transistor radio and they can hear it. And the other thing that was killing me in this movie, Stallone almost always in the dramatic scenes had a friggin' cigar in his mouth.
Oh,
How did I
yes.
not catch this before? What is with the cigars in action movies? Is the cigar industry making some kind of money off of this?
I think
Or is
it
it
was like a status thing.
like a
It was like,
manly thing? If you
yeah, like if
gotta
I'm in an action movie and I'm the lead role guy, I have to be smoking a cigar.
right, you just gotta have this giant wad of tobacco sticking out of your mouth. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, disgusting.
Cigarettes are too dainty.
Yeah. But when they get there, they start to see some of the control that the military has over the area because there's a truck broken down, and they get out and they say, "Get the fuck out of the way." And Stone Cold goes out the car and goes, "Oh, hell no. Get that piece of trash out of my way, you some bitch." And then he starts stomping on people, and then they roll the car out of the way.
Yeah.
They continue on to meet this contact at a bar, and it's a beautiful woman named Sandra. Sandra then explains that the area was once nice, but Americans came in with money and bought the military. Barney and Christmas then want her to take them to the palace where the general is.
So she's part of the rebellion.
Eh, kind of, sort of. As we go deeper into the movie, when we get, actually, we're about to pull up on that scene, so
Okay.
I'll kind of explain it there. She's kind of a part of the rebellion, but she's actually a little bit more of it than that. So the scene then jumps to the man in the suit. Who's the man in the suit?
I don't recall.
Yeah, okay. Yells
Eric
at
freaking Roberts.
Eric Roberts is yelling. Shakes' favorite actor is yelling at the general, and he says, "Where is the cocaine?" He says we are 8 weeks behind, and he wants his damn product. It does cause a little bit of tension between him and the general because he's talking down to him in front of his men, and the
Right.
general does not like it. So you can kind of see that a little bit of tension is brewing, and Stone Cold brushes past the man and says, "Move your piece of trash," and keeps walking. The scene then jumps to Barney and Christmas and Sandra riding in the car. Christmas says, "Hey, we're approaching the palace. If so, pull over." They pull over, let him out, and he goes off on foot, and Barney and Sandra continue down the road. They pull up to this wired off fence that's maybe about a mile away from the palace. You see the chopper going over top. It's a wired fence. It's tall grass. It's tough to get around. Barney's scoping it out. He then turns around and goes, "Why are you here? Like, how you don't seem like the type of person that we normally talk to, normally work with. How'd you get mixed up into this?" And she says that she was hired by her friend that was hired by another person. And he told her, "You know what? Maybe you should just run. Like, this is going to get sticky. I need you to run." As they're speaking, a truck speeds up with 12 men in the truck. One of the men then jump out and tell Sandra in Spanish, like, "You've been warned. You're not supposed to be here. Nobody's supposed to be here. And even a general daughter can get shot." So she turns out to not only be a part of the revolution, but she turns out to be the general's daughter as well.
Say what?
The men then take Sandra and try to kill Barney, but Christmas, for the fucking save, he throws a knife right into a man's head, which I thought was pretty sick. Barney then disarms a man, kills 2 men, rolls over onto his back. He's upside down. He kills 2 more men. Christmas then kicks a man, stabs one, sees another one coming, throws a knife at him, and it throws right into his throat. Like, I thought that was like the perfect throw because he I thought it went under his chin. It went directly into his throat. He
Yeah,
then takes
there's
that
no coming back from that.
he takes that knife out of the dude's throat and cuts another man's throat.
I did enjoy that part
What?
because in a lot of action movies, they just throw the knife and then they walk away, and I'm
It
like,
kind
"Why
of
didn't you go
disappears,
back
yeah.
and get your knife?" But he was using that knife to its fullest extent. He was not letting it go. He was gonna keep using it.
Like you said,
It
he was
was
a
just
knife man. He was a
yeah,
knife
no,
man.
no, he's a good knife man too.
Yeah.
Not as good as Tool because
No, not as good as
they had a
not as good
dick
as Tool.
throwing contest
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah,
in
they have
the
a couple of them.
earlier where they were shooting at a target.
Christmas sees Sandra getting pulled off. He then goes after her. He throws a knife into the soldier's back and it lands directly in his spine. And as he's dying, he swings open the passenger door. The driver's side door swings open and another man pops up. As that happens, Barney then saves Christmas and Sandra by shooting over top of their heads and killing the man.
Right.
And Jason Statham gets offended and slaps the top of his head. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he only had inches, and he was a perfect shot.
Scene then jumps to Shake's favorite actor in the world, being informed that
Charisma Carpenter? No, no. Sees later, sorry. I jumped ahead.
being informed of what's happening, and then they start to chase him. Barney and Christmas try to convince Sandra to come with them, but she says no, she's staying because this is her homeland. Nice little card montage happens. Men with guns. I mean, they don't really shoot them, but they're flying through this small city streets and they're drifting this fucking old truck into somebody's little fruit stand, and now they're fucked for the rest of the day. But
They're literally having a high-speed chase in a third world country. Now, personally, I've never done this,
no,
but I think it would be like trying to have a car chase in Philadelphia. It's impossible. That's just me. And no, to everybody out there in Philadelphia,
I was about to say you're
I
about
am
to
not
offend every.
comparing your city to a third world country. I'm just saying it's very busy there. That's all I'm saying.
Holy
If
shit, this has gone left.
I've only been to Philly a couple of times, and it takes me a long time to go a short amount of distance. That's all and broken down cars.
Oh shit. Christmas gets Sandra to the plane, but she turns back. She says she's not going. Barney then runs to the plane right as the men arrive, and he is running top speed. And as he's running, I go, shit, look at that Italian stallion. Look at him
He
go.
You would think a man of you would think a man of his age would look like it hurts to run, but he is killing it in that
Hell,
scene. Like,
he
I was
is
shocked. I was like,
hair
"Holy shit,
waving,
he looks
pumping.
like he
I
should
mean,
be
he's
in the
going.
Olympics."
Yeah, he's going. He's fucking. I'm like, yo, look at the Italian stallion go. He action jumps off of the pier, rips the doorway, and pulls himself into the now taking off plane because
Oh,
Christmas is in the plane.
like, Christmas did not slow down for him. He just kept the plane going on the water.
Oh yeah,
And Stallone had to grab onto the right-hand side of the door. He's holding on to the side of the door, not the
yeah.
bottom,
The
the
doorway,
side,
yeah.
as
Like,
as the plane is going faster and faster, and
and
he's just
water's
getting
just.
soaked by the water, and
I thought that was hilarious. I thought he was gonna get washed off
right
from how because it's just waves of water. It's not like you know what I'm saying. It's ocean water too. It's not like
right,
lake water or something like it's just shallow or something. This is pretty
and
deep
then
water.
I kinda thought Christmas would, like, slow down or something, let him get in the
Mm-mm.
plane before
Hell
he
no.
tried to take off into the air. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Stallone doesn't pull himself into the door until they're already in the air.
This is true. This is true. It
What a
seems they've
dick.
got.
It's like a Eric Roberts.
Holy shit. It seems they've gotten away, but Barney says fuck that and turns back. Christmas then pops out of the nose of the plane and starts unloading this minigun on the soldiers.
Okay, at this point, the body count, I can't even it's like at the beginning with the pirates, it's a whole group of people, they kill everyone. Then they get to another room full of people, and they kill every single one, and then they're in the third world country, and all these soldiers are coming after them, and they kill everyone. I mean, the death toll is so high at this point,
They're action
and
heroes.
now go
They're
on,
action
just
heroes.
I understand. There's just Okay.
While they're passing over, Barney then dumps fuel from the plane, a little extra fuel. Christmas then turns around in the nose of the plane and fires a flare that blows up the dock that kills everybody on the dock except Shakes' favorite actor and Stone Cold
Cold
Steve.
Steve Austin.
It has this huge, awesome CGI explosion, and then Christmas and Barney share a celebratory fist pump. Fuck yeah.
The plane comes over and it looks like they're crop dusting. They
Mm.
spray all this liquid all over the dock. And like Stone Cold Steve Austin's looking at his skin like, what is this liquid? If it's an accelerant, you know what the hell it is right away. It's not like they make a non-scented accelerant.
No, you can fucking smell it. Yeah, you can smell it.
Yeah, but he's looking at his arm like, what the hell is this? And then they shoot the flare and the whole place lights up, killing everyone except for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And
Wait, Charisma Carpenter was not in the scene.
scene jumps to Shakes' favorite actor, telling the general that his daughter help the two Americans and that she will die for it. They move on from that, and Gunner then walks into the room. He's
Yeah.
willing to give up the squad and Barney for $100,000. During this scene, Stone Cold and Gunner have a dick throwing contest where they point guns at each other.
Right.
Ridiculous, right? I thought
Right.
it was just a small scene just to have a little dick throwing in there, you know?
Right. I
Scene
mean,
cuts to,
you can't have an action movie without dick throwing.
no, absolutely not. Scene cuts to Barney figuring out that Mr. Christmas is actually CIA, and the real target, the man in the suit, is James Monroe, former CIA turned drug dealer. Scene then cuts to the second scene that I believe is completely useless of this movie, but once again, Shakes' favorite scene, so we'll keep it in.
Thank you.
Christmas goes to see, who's he go to see?
Charisma Carpenter, who also
Of
played
course.
Cordelia on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Hello, nurse.
Woo!
Before he goes to see Charisma Carpenter, but this time she has a black eye, and it pisses Christmas off. Pisses him off.
Yeah.
He gets her on the bike. They go to the basketball court with this tool of a boyfriend and his toolbox of friends is sitting out there playing basketball. They try to act tough in the beginning, like, oh, kick his ass if he comes over here. And then Christmas
Yeah,
then
all his friends were like, come on, we got your back, man. We're going to kick his ass.
Christmas then walks down there and kicks the shit out of everybody one by one. Like literally one by one. He
Never
then
pulls
sees,
out a blade until the end.
yeah, he then sees the basketball sitting on the ground. He picks up the basketball, slams it on the toolbox's chest, pulls out his knife, does a cool little knife flip, stabs the basketball, tells the son of a bitch, next time I will deflate both of your balls. I thought that was fucking
Pretty good.
awesome.
That's a pretty good line. That was
I
a
thought
pretty
that was
good
awesome.
line.
I thought that was awesome. Gets Carpenter back on his bike, pulls off.
But he says, you should have waited. I was worth it.
She should have.
Come on.
She should have. It's Christmas. Come on. She should have.
I was worth it. Come on.
Scene cuts to the military on the island, rounding up a small village as the general scans for Sandra. But Monroe and Stone Cold find Sandra's empty room, and he gets pissed off about it. He says, this is how the revolution starts. Son of a bitch. Goddamn it. Pissed off. Stone Cold's like, God damn it. Oh, hell no. Scene then jumps to what is meant to be a heartfelt moment between Mickey and Barney. I didn't really feel it as a heartfelt moment.
I did. Like,
Did you?
He's talking about when he decided he was no longer going to be an active killer. Was when he was in this small town and he saw this woman standing on a bridge and he knew damn well she was going to jump. And he's like, well, that's just another life. And he walks away and he hears the splash when he's walking away. And that's when he realizes he's done too much damage in his life. That one actually hit me. I was like, that's pretty big for just an action movie to tell a story like that. And he's tearing up.
Yeah,
like,
he
actually like teared up in the scene. I thought it was a good scene.
Yeah, he does go into detail about how they went on to this mission that goes south, and he sees this woman as he's getting patched up, and he knows that she's going to kill herself. And instead of saving her, he walks away. And with that woman dying, he says, maybe if I had saved her, I could have saved a piece of my soul. Yeah. Barney feels it and goes, fuck it, I'm going to go save that woman. Scene then cuts to Sandra being brought to the palace by the military guards. Monroe asks, well, why were the Americans here? Why were the Americans here? Before she can answer, General, Dad, throws a bottle out of the window and starts yelling at her. They go back and forth in Spanish. Stone Cold then walks up and slaps the ever-loving shit out of her and
Yeah,
takes her to,
why? What a dick, man! That was completely unnecessary. Why you
well,
gotta
just show
punch
your
Sandra,
piece of trash.
right? Why you gotta punch her? You could have just walked with her.
Later out. He then takes her to this torture room where they immediately tie her up and start waterboarding her. And then Monroe goes on to ask her a question, and before she can even get her senses, because waterboarding takes your senses, it gives you a simulation of drowning, so you're all fucked up. You can't really talk. You got water in your throat, and he's asking her a question before she can even get her shit together. He's like, "Fuck it, cover her back up," and immediately goes back to waterboarding her.
All over again. Yeah,
Ineffective. I would say ineffective torture, if you ask
yeah.
me.
Well, I mean, apparently he didn't want the answer. He just wanted to, I don't know, give her a break from all the waterboarding until they started waterboarding her again. Maybe.
Get, to make it seem like he was asking for an answer and
I mean,
actually,
it could
yeah.
be like a criminal union rule that you can only waterboard
Ooh.
for so long, and then you got to give them a break because
That's fair.
the
That's fair.
union.
We're not up
the-
on that. We don't know this stuff.
I'm not a part of it, so how would I know?
Yeah, this is true. We're not
I don't
criminal
think that's something you could.
masterminds who are awesome actors in every movie we star in.
I'm still an unemployed actor, so
This is
yeah, I
true.
wouldn't. I wouldn't know that.
This is true. So the scene then cuts to Barney telling Christmas and Yang, who is Jet Li, that he's going back to the island solo. He doesn't need their help. He doesn't want their help. He's going to go save this woman. As he goes to leave, Yang jumps in the truck and pleads that he needs more money because he's smaller. I thought this was a hilarious conversation.
And he needs it for his family, which he doesn't.
Yes, he needs the
He
money for
doesn't
his family.
have.
And everybody's like, when the fuck did you
don't
have
have
a family? And he's like, my family. I want to send my son to a better school. And then in this scene, he goes, I need money because everybody's taller than me and I'm smaller. And he goes, what about your family? He goes, I don't have a family. And Barney
He's
goes,
like,
yeah, I fucking know.
I'm smaller, so when I get injured, the injury is bigger.
When we travel, I have to go further. It's
Right,
like,
my legs are shorter, so I have to. It takes more for me to get from point A to point B.
I did enjoy this conversation. I thought this conversation was fucking hilarious. As they're having this conversation, though, they do not realize that they're being followed by Gunner and a kill squad. As they pull up to a red light, the kill squad then boxes Barney and Yang in and start unloading from every direction. But the truck is bulletproof with bulletproof glass and bulletproof doors.
Now, this
And
is a pickup truck from like the 1950s.
it's a badass one too.
It is a really badass truck, but then the fact that it's fortified,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
completely bulletproof.
It's
That
badass. It's a badass truck.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Yang then swings open the passenger door, fires the SMG, and kills everybody in the truck right next to him. Barney then slams into gear, wiggles free, and then the chase montage begins. Yang then swings from the passenger door to the bed of the truck because he's smaller.
Yeah.
They actually take the time out to say this, and then he goes, get out there. He goes, why? He goes, because you're
'Cause
smaller.
you're smaller. And I'm like, well, he says, why me? There's only two people in the truck and one is driving. What do you mean, why me? You're the only other guy, man, and I'm driving. But
Barney
it was funny because you're
it-
smaller.
Barney does a couple car maneuvers and then sees that Gunner's actually a part of this kill squad. He then drives through glass into this construction site. He fishtails around, whips Yang out of the truck, plays chicken with Gunner for a second, but then runs into the structure that's holding up like some equipment that lands in front of Gunner, causes the truck to flip over that Gunner's in. Gunner crawls out, but he's met by Yang. They start to trade a little bit, and he stops to tell him, size shoe do you wear? 3.5? Bring it, happy feet. I thought that was pretty good. And they get into it a little bit. They have a pretty good exchange. And then Gunner starts to use his strength and size against Yang a little bit. But then Yang starts to see this low-hanging stairs, like the staircase.
Right.
He then leads him kind of underneath there where Gunner keeps bumping his head. While he keeps bumping his head, Yang uses that as an opportunity to jump up, grab onto one of the bars, and take both of his feet, wrap it around his neck, and try to choke him out. It becomes ineffective as Gunner goes, my turn, grabs both of his legs, yanks him down, starts slamming him up underneath the stairs. He's a little disoriented. Gunner sees this exposed pipe and tries to throw Yang down on top of it. But before he could, Barney shoots him in the chest, 2 inches above his heart. How do we know? Because they tell us.
He was going to impale him on that pipe. He
Mm,
was going to take Jet Li Yang and impale him.
yes, yes. Kill him.
Yes.
Murder.
Murder.
And so, yeah, thinking that he's going to die, he gives Barney the whole Iggy. He gives him the lowdown on who hired him, layout, everything. Barney and Yang then go to the plane, this cargo plane, where the rest of the crew is waiting. And they say, hey, we're willing to go die with you. Just don't tell us do it twice. And off to the island they go. So I rewatched the movie again because, like you said, you immediately forget what's going on. So
Right.
I had to rewatch before we hit the review again, right? And Terry Crews goes on this
Oh
weird
yeah,
tangent.
he comes back. Like him and Randy Couture, they're back now. Like I don't know where they were for the last hour,
Mm,
but they're back now.
yeah,
I mean, Jet Li and Jason and Sly, they've been there through the whole movie.
whole
But
movie.
those two, I don't know if they went on a picnic or they had a two family vacations that were involved together.
Just fucking popped
But
back
they're
up.
back now.
Just
They're
no
back
clips
now.
in. Yeah, just no clips in.
Right.
Yeah, so Terry Crews goes on this fucking psychobabble about how the automatic shotgun and his girlfriend is this shotgun round that arms itself into a nuke head upon impact. So
Yeah.
when he fires it, it arms itself, and then when it hits its target, it explodes. And
It's like
how
a bullet that's a bomb, like a heat-seeking bomb.
and that if that doesn't do the job, then her sister will, and her sister is
A straight razor.
straight razor. Yeah, a crazy straight razor too. It's a crazy one. But he goes onto this weird cycle battle. I thought that was pretty odd to put in there, but I thought it was funny too.
It's like a straight razor, just people shave with. It just has like a neon case to it.
I thought it's really fancy. It's a fancy one. I'll
I
say
mean, it's
that.
like I don't know anybody that uses a straight razor anymore. The
Mm.
only time I ever see them is in horror movies or westerns, like when you would go to the barber to get a
Oh,
shave and
yeah,
a
with the
haircut.
leather strap. Yeah. All right. So the scene then cuts to soldiers on the island with some crazy awesome face paint.
Yeah.
The
The
Barney
thing
and
I do like about the island of Valina
Mhm.
is all the soldiers wear red berets. It's like that's how you can distinguish between good guys and the bad
Oh
guys. They
yeah.
all wear red berets. There's like, where do you get that many red berets? Like for a movie? Like
I'm sure it's a
I don't
factory
even know.
somewhere on the island of Atlanta.
Right, that doesn't exist.
Barney,
Yeah,
Barney and
Amazon. They
Barney
got
and the
it.
squad arrive to the palace, and they start making plans. Monroe and the general have a quick conversation about how the general won't let him kill Sandra. He needs to bring him to her. He needs to bring her to him, or he will kill Monroe. Scene then jumps to Barney killing guards in this little under place, setting charges, and it's doing a whole bunch of quick cuts. It's doing a whole bunch of jump cuts, quick cuts to the rest of the squad, also taking taking guards down in the palace, but also setting charges. Just setting charges all through the palace. There's even one part where there's two squad mates running parallel, setting charges on these little structures.
Right.
They're just running, and they happen to be running exactly parallel, putting charges on the same exact structures. I thought that was pretty wild.
It's a lot.
Barney then finds Sandra in her little torture room being toyed with by two guards. Barney then takes out his blade, cuts off one guy's arm, stabs another second guy in the throat, and then pulls out the knife and stabs the first guy that he already cut off his arm to save Sandra.
Yeah, they were gonna put a cigarette out on her skin, and he was not gonna let that happen.
He did not like that. The scene then jumps to the squad saying that Barney has 10 minutes to get out of here. And that's what he would have wanted. Place blows in 10 minutes. So they cut the scene to Barney and Sandra running down this hallway. And in this scene, he looks a little awkward running because he's trying to hold Sandra's hand, and you could tell he's trying to run top speed. But Sandra's like, this is the B-level action movie. I'm not running top speed for this shit. And she's
Right.
like lagging behind. So he's trying to do his Italian stallion, and she's just like, hold on.
Yeah, he's basically slightly dragging her as he tries to make it look like it does not hurt to run.
And as they're making a run for it, they run straight into Stone Cold and a few guards. The guards snatch up Sandra to take her to the general, and Stone Cold decides he wants to cut a promo on Barney. He snatches him up. Another guy says, "Oh, I was told to keep you alive for him." And then I thought this was so ridiculous because I watched it, and then I watched it again. And then I watched it again to make sure that he was actually starting to cut a promo mid-movie. He has a guy yoke Barney up by the neck with some rope. He
Right.
says something real low. Intentionally, he says something low. So it makes Barney go, "What?" Which is a part of his gimmick. If you didn't know that, Stone
Okay.
Cold has this huge, like, he had a t-shirt that said "What?" He
Oh
would
yeah,
get
the
the
crowd
crowd.
all yells,
He
"What?"
would have the crowd anytime he took a pause, anytime he said something. "I'll drink a beer." What? 2 beers. What? 3 beers. What? Like he would throw this. So this is 100% a part of his gimmick, right? So he goes, asks a question real low. Barney says, part of the gimmick. Then he calls him a piece of trash, totally WWE style. If you go back and watch any of his promos, he straight up goes, "Yeah, a piece of trash." He says it just like that. It makes me laugh so hard. I'm waiting for the 2 beers to come out, fucking clash together, glass breakdown in the back. Dan, 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 dan. I was so in this moment. I loved it. I loved this moment. I loved it. I was so in this moment, right? They try to buff it up a little bit. It does make for a funny situation here because how Barney responds to Stone Cold.
Oh yes,
Stone Cold is cutting his promo on him, talking shit. He goes, "How many men do you bring?" Barney responds, "Just your mother."
mother, your mother, brother.
Oh my God, if he'd thrown Hulk Hogan in there, that would have been fucking amazing. It would have probably stun locked Stone Cold. He wouldn't have known what to do. He goes, "Just your mother." Stone Cold goes, who sent you?" Barney goes, "Your hairdresser."
Your hairdresser, which
He's
is a
bald.
rip because Stallone has a full head of hair and Stone Cold's fucking bald. So that one got me. Your hairdresser. I was like, oh, that's just mean, man. He can't help that he's bald.
Christmas and Yang then flip from the ceiling and make the save, knocking away some of the guards. Stone Cold kind of shimmies away and takes off running. Barney goes after him. And this is where Stone Cold accidentally really breaks Sylvester Stallone's neck. It's a funny, not funny moment.
It's
This
like where
is
he throws him into it was like it was like a hole in the wall, right? And he
yeah.
throws him down on the ground where he hits bricks right at like his base of his neck.
Yeah, so
I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, that's
you
the
can
moment."
yes, you can actually see the moment where the injury happens because they do have a little exchange, right? They have a little roll around, they have a little up and down. And then there's this part where they have like this Mexican standoff. They're kind of facing each other, and Stallone goes, "Come on." And Stone Cold charges him and gives him this shoulder check into like this pile of bricks. And when he lands, you see Sylvester Stallone roll around, and you can see it on his face, and you're like, "Shit, that's where it happens." So
Yeah.
he had what actually happened is he had a hairline fracture in his neck, and he had to have a steel plate placed in there. And he, to this day, says he's never fully recovered from it.
I bet not.
Yeah, he's now a huge advocate for actors not doing their own stunts, which I thought that was fucking insane. That is why later on, like, no, not later on, but that fight scene. So that fight scene was slated to be one of the bigger fight scenes of the movie because it's Stallone and Austin, right?
Right. He's the Austin's the boss of the level. I mean,
Yeah. And then as they start to fight, then you start to see the rest of the crew get all these jump cuts in. Those weren't supposed to be there. It was supposed to be straight Stallone and Austin. But
uh,
with the injury shortening their time being able to work together, they just stitched in the rest of the crew fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
As this is going on,
you would think he
as
would be expendable. They could have just killed him off. And I mean, he's a writer, producer, director. I understand all of that,
God damn it.
but you would think he could just main character. Never. Well, okay, go on.
So, as this fight is going on, the rest of the squad is getting pinned down this hallway by the rest of the military. Terry Crews, all juiced up, no shirt, with a vest on, pops out with his auto shotgun and clears this hallway with a crazy, crazy animation style. He is
He
super
probably,
action man.
he probably, yeah, like before when I was talking about how the death count was so high, he probably doubled it in that scene.
Easily.
He took out there were so many berets laying on the ground at the end of this scene, it was amazing. People from miles away were actually witnessing him wiping out the entire army.
Well, I'll tell you one person he didn't get. He didn't get Stone Cold because he sees this. He says, fuck that, and hightails the hell out of there, leaving Stallone to roll around in his own pain.
Mm,
Scene then jumps to the general trying to part ways with Monroe, but Monroe refuses. As he goes to kill him, Sandra stops him. Arnie and the squad, as this is going on, try to make their escape, but they run right into the rest of the military outside of the palace. The general sees the military out front and thinks it's the spot for him to give a speech. So he steps onto the balcony, starts to give a speech, but Monroe kills him mid-speech. This
right.
causes the rest of the military to go crazy and start firing, and that kind of gives the opportunity for Barney and the rest of the squad to bug out because they blow the charges that they placed all through the palace, and it lets off this crazy CGI explosion
Yeah,
that
it's like
crumbles this palace down.
this giant palace and both sides of the palace crumble, but the center piece with the big old steeple on the top remains. But no, it was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. Barney sees Monroe and Sandra running and starts to give chase. And then they have the fight between Randy Couture and Stone Cold Steve Austin. My heart went up because I went, oh, hell yeah, it's time. And then I immediately was heartbroken because this fight was dog shit. This fight
It's
was
like the
dog.
it was like the only fight he was in the whole movie.
Randy Couture had okay. I would say he had a funny scene during a scene earlier where he explains his cauliflower ears. I thought that was
Right.
one of the funniest
He's
scenes.
very sensitive about it, about
Very
his
sensitive.
cauliflower.
Okay. We know Randy Couture, UFC, one of I mean, at one point, a light heavyweight champion, fucking Captain America, okay? And you put him against Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was a champion in WWE, but these are two awesome, tough guys.
Right.
And you jump cut their fight scene. You don't give them a straight through fight scene.
No,
You
it was
jump cut the fuck
definitely
out of it,
yeah.
right? And then to end the fight, nobody did a power bomb or anything like that. I think Randy had like one little double leg takedown that was kind of cool. And he wins by throwing Stone Cold Steve Austin into fire and then Superman punching him.
Yeah, the man is on fire, clearly going to die. He's covered in accelerant, and then you gotta hit him in the face.
I
Why do you
thought
why do you have to hit him in the face? It's already done.
I was so fucking excited, and then I remember why I hate this fucking movie because this movie, and not only this movie, but this fucking franchise. The further you go into the movies, they do this over and over and over. They give you two awesome actors, and you go, "Fuck yeah, they're gonna fight," and then they do some dog shit.
Yeah.
I was so fucking disappointed. I wanted to cut off the movie then, but we had some other nonsense to go over that.
I mean, why wouldn't
Jeez,
you play to their skills? I mean,
exactly
make that the fight. Make it,
exactly.
wrestling and UFC fighting.
You could have had Stone Cold do a couple of clotheslines. when he get him down, he do his normal wrestling shit where he stomps him out a little bit. Randy could have taken him down with a double leg. He could have power bombed him. Try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, put some shit of theirs into it. That's what disappointed me the most, is I didn't see anything that the two were known for.
I mean, it would have been a great time to use wrestling against UFC fighting.
Yeah.
It would have been
Settle a crazy debate.
like that. I don't think has ever been done before in an action movie. You
I
use
don't
those
think so.
two styles against each other. That would have been really cool. And I mean, up until then, but you know, it probably would have been easier to watch had it been John Travolta. Then it would have made more sense.
Are we back to thinking that? Are we back to Shakes thinking that Randy Couture is fucking John Travolta?
Oh no, but it would explain the fight.
Okay, all right, yeah, I wouldn't have booted as much. So right after that booty butt cheeks fight, Monroe keeps trying to get to this chopper, but to keep him away from this chopper, Barney tells Terry Crews to throw a missile head at the chopper
because it's too heavy for him.
And
He's
then
like, I can't throw it that far
and then he unloads his handgun
into the missile
to blow it up inches away from the chopper, which blows up the missile and the chopper. So now Monroe cannot get away with
You can
Sandra.
actually see the bullet hit the missile, and then
It's
the
a
missile
ping!
just
Yeah.
takes off. Like,
You hear a little pings, I go ping, and it
and then the
shoots
missile
up.
goes
Yeah, and
straight
it blows
into
up.
it. I was like, wow, that was a pretty good shot, man. In the dark.
This is all at night. Yes, this is all at night. All right. So Barney catches up with Monroe, but Monroe shoots him in the arm. He wings him, tells him, yo, drop your weapons. And goes on to this long-winded speech that kind of boils down to, like, we are the same. So why the fuck did you come after me? And then, of course, Barney being cheesy goes, I wasn't here for you, dipshit. I was here for the girl. Sandra then wiggles away, and Barney lights him up with his revolver, and Christmas throws the knife that Gunner gave him in the beginning into the back.
The one the size of a person's arm.
Yeah, and the only reason you know he throws it through his back is because the blade is sticking through, and Christmas walks up. So he apparently from a distance threw this very large blade perfectly through the guy's back.
It was such a great scene. It was so good.
No,
there were like 6 bullet holes in his chest, and then a knife sticking straight through the middle, coming out of his chest.
It's a great death for a fantastic actor. You know, it's a great death for a fantastic actor.
It was the best death scene in the entire movie.
Yeah, because the best actor died. You see what I'm saying?
Charisma Carpenter? I thought it was Eric Roberts.
And Sandra is saved.
Yay!
The Expendables are not as expendable as you fucking think, baby. The final scene cuts back to the squad all meeting up at Tool's, hanging out with Tool, and him and Christmas once again having a knife throwing contest.
Right.
And Gunner,
which is essentially a dick throwing contest.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then Gunner, who has lived, is now clean, joins the group, nice happy ending. And the movie cuts to the end.
Right.
And I tell you what, I don't remember a fucking thing I just said.
I was going to say, now that it's over, I still don't really know why they were there.
Yeah.
The island of Valena apparently needed some help, and it was a fool's errand, and they accomplished it.
Well, actually, it was more of a setup mission. So, I will say, when they discover that Mr. Church, Bruce Willis, is actually CIA, and that Monroe is CIA, and that he was a part of the agency and decided to bail on the agency to become this drug dealer, what they were sent in there to do was actually kill the general, which would have probably brought Monroe out, so they would kill him in the transaction as well, so that the CIA can take back control of the drug trade, because that's what the big thing was.
Right.
He took the drug trade from them on that island, and they wanted it back. So they was willing to kill the general and draw him out to kill him, and then the CIA was going to kill the Expendables.
Right. But then Stallone found Sandra, had a
And
soft spot in his heart, and he felt like he could actually do some good instead of some destruction.
I thought it
He
was the funniest thing. They try to make it seem like he kinda sorta, like, fell in love with her, like, had a soft
but
spot somewhere for her, but he didn't even get so much as a fucking kiss.
no, that would have been creepy as hell, man. That would have changed the whole mood of the whole thing.
He didn't even get so much as a fucking kiss. And Christmas, Jason makes the joke. He goes, "I didn't think she was your type anyway." I'm like, "Ah, so they did try to play the love angle, and he just got shot down essentially."
I think so. I was like trying to make myself believe it was like a daughter thing, like he's just looking out for
Mm,
her. But I honestly
that
think it
would make a
was
little more sense.
it might have been targeted to be more of a romantic thing, and that
Ew.
would have just been gross.
It would have been indeed. All right. So we have gone through this movie. We know that it is a fucking franchise. So 9 times out of 10, we will stumble across this fucking movie again, or
Please,
many
please,
like it.
world, put out better movies so we don't have to watch another one of these. I don't want to have to go back on this franchise.
It's a-
I would, I'll do
you
it.
know,
I would much rather not.
we're gonna get some votes and comments, and it's gonna be like, "Hey, Spendable 2, where's it at?" You know.
Right. I'm
But I
probably
just
gonna
think
get some comments from Philly as well, so I'm looking forward to that.
those are going straight to your DM, bro. Those are straight
Yeah,
to your
those
DM.
those
Those
will
are
be
straight
fun.
to your DM. I
I
had
did
shit to do with
not
that.
I did not mean any offense. I am sorry. I have I've had bad experiences in Philly. That's all I'm saying, and it's the most relatable thing I have in my life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I just think it's fucking hilarious that, like I said, an unemployed actor goes, "Fuck, nobody will hire me. I'm gonna hire myself." There is another person who does this same exact thing. He's been doing it since about 2010 because he hasn't had work since the late 90s. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Should, but I don't.
Oh, you fucking do. Yo, you do.
Making his own
Take a
movies.
guess. Take one Take one guess. Writes, directs, and acts in his own movies to this very day.
Jesus Christ. Are we talking about the sleazeball?
Yes, Steven Seagal, baby.
Nah, it's Steven Seagal. I'm gonna start calling him Seagal because he shits on everything.
Okay, the king of the three-word movie does actually to this day, put
Uh,
out action movies written, directed, and starring all him.
you know what I want to happen? I want there to be a fight between Steven Seagal
Mm.
and Eric Roberts. And I don't necessarily want either of them to get hurt. I
Mhm.
just want to watch it for the 6 to 8 minutes it will last
Like
before
a
they're
celeb
both on
boxing
the
match.
ground, exhausted, and it's a tie. And whoever loses has to never make another movie again. But because it's a tie, there's no winners, so they both just can't make another movie again.
Oh,
That's what I would like.
this sounds
That's
like an
what I would like to
awesome,
see.
awesome celebrity boxing match.
And I would buy that, and I would watch it over and over again. I would buy it on a VHS tape, and then I will go to a thrift store and I will buy a fancy VHS player, like a four-head, and I would buy its own TV, and I would sit there and I would watch this 6 to 8 minute pathetic fight, and I would feel better about my day every day.
I think, like I said earlier, I think it's coming from a place of personal reflection. You see what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
have personal
it's just
feelings against certain people, and you're tending to project them upon us and
really,
upon me and the viewers. You know what I'm
huh?
saying? And
So I should
I
again
think
take a step back.
I think so. I think
Okay.
so, brother.
Okay. I'll
And
I'll
on
work
that
on it.
note,
I'm constantly working on me. So
on
yeah,
that
I
note,
will
we are
take
gonna
that
end
into
the show.
advisement.
Shakes is gonna reflect. I'm gonna grab some food. You guys have a great day.
Thanks for listening, y'all.